Greyhound View this week, we take a trip to Galway for the official opening of the new stadium. We review the finals of the Vodafone Grand Prix from Harold's Cross, the Denis Browne Victory Dog Food Kingdom Derby from Tralee, and the Express Reprographic Marathon from Cork, along with the quarter-finals of the Comfort Cakes National Puppy Stake from Shelburne Park. But first, we head west. Publican and restaurateur Noel Mullins from Gort in County Galway has had a long association with greyhounds. Although he took a break from training, he's now back in full swing.
Well, we always had a few dogs at home down through the years, and 1980 I came a bit lucky. I came on a few very good dogs at that particular time. I had Springwood. He won the Munster Puppy in 1981, I think, and it was a very prestigious stake at the time. It was sponsored by Eddie Costello. Then in 1982, I was in the Project Stakes again with Captain Miller, and in the first round I broke the track record, and second round he was coughing and he was unable to compete. He went on to compete in the final of the Derby afterwards, the year after. 84 then, that was my lucky year when spring play came around. He won the Project Stakes for me. It was a very exciting time for me at that time because it was my first classic, and we had a great time. That same year then I was in 11 finals, including the Project Stakes, and I was lucky enough to win the 11 of them. Towards the end of that year then a pub came for sale in town. It was O'Grady's. It was a bar and restaurant, and I decided to buy the bar and restaurant and say goodbye to the dogs. So then after 10 years, when I had the business going and I had a little bit of spare time, so nothing better than the dogs to use it up, so I decided I'd start off again. We're off to Galway tonight I have a greyhound in a final. Best Dancer is his name. Didn't run great in the semi-final, but not very confident, but we're hoping that he'll run fairly well. He's by Tom the Best, and he's a good staying dog. And it's nice to have a runner the night of the official opening.
Thursday evening was the official opening of the magnificent Galway Stadium. Performing the opening was Minister for Sports and Tourism, Mr. John O'Donoghue. And although it was a rather foggy evening, it didn't deter the crowds from turning out in their droves. And Noel Mullins was pleasantly surprised when Best Dancer flew home to take first prize in the fourth race.
First night ever broke in his life. He got away, and hopefully we might get a few other finals and come out in front again.
One man who's very much involved with the development of the new stadium is commercial manager of Bordnagon, David Morgan.
The stadium here in Galway is a huge addition to the Galway area, and we're delighted that we're providing that kind of employment here and that excitement as well for the patrons here. From the first day that we opened this stadium, it's just the buzz. I call it the buzz, and it has the Galway buzz and the Galway uniqueness. You just walk into Galway and I just love it. We've had over 300% growth in the attendance here, which is a real, I suppose, rubber stamp saying yes, well done to the stadium from the people of Galway. Total turnover here, bookie revenues, everything's up, but you would expect it after spending $6 million.
We join commentator George McDonough now for the feature race, just managing to see the dogs through those foggy conditions.
The Heroes on the move for the final of the O'Grady's of Gort and Pallas Foods, future champion 525, won 2 years ago by the Great Bypass Byway in 1 Bog Lane Tour. 2 the piping hot favourite Deerfield Mover, 3 Function Magpie, 4 Cheyenne Billy, 5 Merson Sonia, and 6 is Glyn's Croc Larkin away from trapped, and on the middle of the track it's Chap 3 up in front. That's Function Magpie in front from second place, Chap 5 Merson Sonia. The favourite is in desperate trouble, he's 4 legs back in third place, and then is Deerfield Mover, he's in terrible trouble. Down the far side, it's out in front, Chap 3 Function Magpie by a length and a half, and in second place Chap 5 Merson Sonia. It's sent 5 legs back to the pursuing, put it out in front, on the outside Chap 3, and that is Function Magpie on the inside, Merson Sonia. This straightened up for the judge. Function Magpie, Merson Sonia, Function Magpie, Merson Sonia just holds up. Function Magpie and Deerfield Mover got going all too late, in terrible trouble in the first bend. A win for Function Magpie. The result of the O'Grady's of Gort and Pallas Foods, future champion 525. First Trap 5, Merson's Sonia. Second Trap 3, Function Magpie. Third Trap 2, Deerfield Mover. Time 29:65.
Incredible run, absolutely brilliant run. Can't believe it. All the way down Dublin for 30 seconds last Saturday night, again tonight. Expected, to run well, but that's about it. Fabulous. Absolutely incredible results.
Minister John O'Donoghue spoke very highly of the stadium and the advantages for the Galway region.
Well, it really is a magnificent stadium in a place, of course, which is a tremendous greyhound tradition. And I think that the industry has really come on in leaps and bounds, hasn't it, in recent years. Over the last 3 years, the government, through the Horse and Greyhound Act, has given Bord-na-Gun, the Irish Greyhound Board, approximately €40 million. And therefore, we're seeing major developments right across the country. There is evidence of a huge financial spin-off, not just in terms of the amount bet on the track, but also in terms of the services industry. There's no question but that wherever big greyhound stadia go, prosperity follows for a certain number of people, and there's no question this will contribute to the overall economy of Galway in no small way. I think that we're really seeing a renaissance in terms of the greyhound industry in Ireland. It's something which every breeder, owner and trainer has prayed for several generations, and it's something we are really delighted to be associated with.
It's always a pleasure to see former CEO of Bord-na-Gun, Michael Field, who is delighted to join in the celebrations of the Galway Stadium. Michael is still kept very busy these days with his ever-increasing kennel.
Well, I start work around 8 o'clock every morning in my working clothes, and I have increased my greyhound kennel, and Marie and I work together at the greyhounds. I'm the assistant and she's the boss, and we really enjoy it, and we hope next year to make an impact on the running of the greyhounds. I think the greyhound industry is making great progress, and tonight is just an indication of the tremendous progress that's being made, and I'm very proud of the time that I spent in it, and I'm more proud even of the staff that I left behind to carry on the tremendous work of keeping these stadias going, of opening them and running them, and they're becoming the centrepiece of every town and city in Ireland where they're located. And that is the policy that we set up in Bord-na-Gun, and I'm really delighted that it's such a success and it's going from strength to strength. And so many people are buying greyhounds and getting interested in greyhounds that in the next 10 years there are no limits to which this sport can race to. There are no limits for it. It's just going to be fantastic.
The Denis Browne Victory Dog Food Kingdom Derby final was held at the Kingdom Stadium in Tralee last Saturday night, carrying a winner's prize of €10,000. Tralee, like other modern stadia around the country, also boasts the ultimate in top-class facilities.
Well, we have the restaurant and we also have 2 corporate rooms on the 3rd floor, and these are for groups of people that want to take a place for themselves for the night. The menus go from finger food up to a full sit-down meal. In the restaurant here then, it's all included for €35. You get your meal, your race card and your entrance. It's a different night out for people. They have a choice of a nice meal, and can bet on the dogs, and they have great views. And they also can see the racing on television with all the new screens installed by the great Bord-na-Gun.
Well, myself and my wife here decided we'd come out tonight for a night out with the lads. So we're really enjoying it, you know, it's great. The food is lovely, the company isn't great, some of it, but they're trying their best.
We join Mal Keaveney now for the big final.
First, we see the red jacket of DEES Dream. This one is owned by the Hay Baby Syndicate of County Tipperary. It's the only bitch in the lineup, a daughter of Joanne Stown, Cash and DROOPYS Lillian. It's the first of 3 runners in the final for Liam O'Callaghan. Well housed in 2, it's JESCEDA Lad, and they'll be celebrating in Killarney should this one win here tonight for its trainer Mossy O'Connor, a son of Jamela Prince and Charity Blondie. Running in the white jacket, we have Tom's Mixture. This one the property of Anthony O'Regan in County Cork, the second of the Liam O'Callaghan runners. It's a son of Tom's the Best and Westmead Hara. In the black jacket, we have Castlehannon, an impressive winner last weekend in 28.62. It's trained by Denis O'Malley for Seamus and Aidan Duggan of Ennis, County Clare, a son of Mustang Jack and Quinn No Star. Next we have BEAUFORT Flash, owned and trained in Killarney by John Galvin, a winner too last time out, the time there 29.16. This one a son of Frisbee Flashing and BEAUFORT Lady. And finally in the stripes we have our likely favourite for Dennis Buckley of Castle Island, the last of the Liam O'Callaghan runners. It's the only wide seat in the final, ANNAMORE Billy, second last weekend in 28.69, a son of Split the Bill and Lovely Disc. We're set so for the final of the richest ever open event staged here in Tralee. A lot of good money about ANNAMORE Billy, the track record here holder for 550. He's out fairly well over 525. JESCEDA Lad is well in contention too from ANNAMORE Billy. It's between the pair of them at the opening turn. JESCEDA Lad and ANNAMORE Billy in locked together for a battle for supremacy. Down the back straight they go, and it's ANNAMORE Billy now showing in front from JESCEDA Lad. BEAUFORT flashes in third, but it's ANNAMORE Billy that's clear at that third bend by a length from JESCEDA Lad. ANNAMORE Billy and JESCEDA Lad, there's not much between them. ANNAMORE Billy, JESCEDA Lad very close at the line. ANNAMORE Billy might just have held on. Confirmation of the result of the Denis Browne Victory Dog Food Kingdom Derby final. It's a win for ANNAMORE Billy, second JESCEDA Lad, and third BEAUFORT Flash. The winning time 28.74.
He deserved that win. He's broke the record here last year, and he's unfortunate since then with injuries, and things came right tonight. He deserved that win.
Did you think before the off that JESCEDA Lad would be the big danger to ANNAMORE Billy?
Well, when it comes to this level of racing, JESCEDA Lad has won the Longford Derby, and he's been a competitive dog all the year. So at that level, they're all a danger. So everything was down to luck really, and things went properly, and we were quite happy, even though we just got there.
It was an occasion not to be missed at Shelbourne Park on Saturday night, where the quarter-final heats of the Comerford Cakes National Puppy Stake took centre stage. The two DROOPYS, DROOPYS Cathal and DROOPYS Scoles, were the stars of the previous round, and both were expected to score in easy fashion. In the opening heat, DROOPYS Scoles was the hot favourite, racing in the blue jacket. All he had to do was come out of traps. And he's away to a flyer. Number 3, Rampant Drive Out's going well. On the outside, number 6, BMO Key. But into the corner, it's number 6, BMO Key that leads. Oh, number 2, DROOPYS Scoles takes a bump. Number 5 also takes a bump. That's first whip, but out front, it's number 2 now. DROOPYS Scoles takes over from BMO Key. Back in third, number 1, Chatting Home. But down to the back straight, into the third bend. DROOPYS Scoles has quickened 3 or 4 lengths clear in impressive fashion. Number 6, BMO Key continues in chase. Then comes number 1, Chatting Home. First whip won't be qualifying, but around the final corner, it's number 2, DROOPYS Scoles. This superstar winning in style. Second, number 6, BMO Key. Third, number 1, Chatting Home. The winning time 28.55, a sensational run in the circumstances. Pollardstown Rex was beaten at a very short price in the previous round, but racing in Trap 2 in the second heat, he was expected to return to winning ways. And away they go, a level start. Number 4 now, DROOPYS Da Vinci diving in, but number 2, Pollardstown Rex leads into the corner from number 1, Top Performance. Then comes number 4, DROOPYS Da Vinci, but around the bend it's number 2, that's Pollardstown Rex leads from number 1, Top Performance. In third, number 4, DROOPYS Da Vinci into the third bend. Number 2, Pollardstown Rex continues to lead from number 1, Top Performance. Back in third, number 4, DROOPYS Da Vinci, but the hot favourite, Pollardstown Rex, continues to lead. Number 1, Top Performance is in second. Back in third, number 4, DROOPYS Da Vinci, but around the final turn, it's number 2, Pollardstown Rex that goes on to win this one. Second, Trap number 4, DROOPYS Da Vinci, and third, number 3, Confront to Dida. The winning time, a very useful 28.64. Heat 3 was expected to be the most open of the 4. Fat Budgie, Purple Monkey and Sidewalk, all subject to strong support in the betting ring. It was all depending on what got the run. And away they go. Number 3, One Punch Done, flies out, leads up from number 1, Fat Budgie. Back in third we have number 2, Purple Monkey. Sidewalk the favourite at the tail of the field and in trouble, but out front it's number 3, One Punch Done that leads. Number 2, that's Purple Monkey in chase. Then comes number 1, Fat Budgie into the third bend. It's One Punch Done with number 2 now, Purple Monkey, showing great dash on the inside. It's One Punch Done and Purple Monkey now, who takes up the running. Fat Budgie also running strongly, but it's Purple Monkey with Fat Budgie. Further back to number 5, Velvet Rebel. Around the final corner it's Purple Monkey and Fat Budgie coming to the line. It's neck and neck. Fat Budgie pulls it out. Second, number 2, Purple Monkey. It was close for third, the winning time 28.94. On to the final heat, and DROOPYS Cathal was expected to complete a DROOPYS double. Racing from Trap 3, the Puppy Derby champion looked a likely leader, but he couldn't afford any mistakes. They're up behind boxes, away they go. Number 4, Premier Fantasy flashes out, leads to the corner from number 1, The Burglar. Back in third we have number 5, Geldrop's Touch, but around the corner it's number 4, Premier Fantasy leads with number 1 next, The Burglar. Then comes number 3, DROOPYS Cathal. Number 5, Geldrop's Touch on base, but out front it's number 4, Premier Fantasy. The pup leads by 3.5 lengths to number 5, Geldrop's Touch. Then comes number 3, DROOPYS Cathal, who's showing good dash, but number 4, Premier Fantasy is going to lead them into the home straight. DROOPYS Cathal running a big race in second. Back in third, number 5, Geldrop's Touch, but up to the line, Premier Fantasy wins it. Second, number 5, Geldrop's Touch, and third, number 3, DROOPYS Cathal. The winning time, a blistering 28.45. Indeed, we saw 4 very decent performances in the quarter-final heats of the Comerford Cakes National Puppy Stake. Droopy Skulls remains the one to beat. There's a lot of running left in this stake, 2 more runs to go, the semi-finals on Saturday, followed by the final the following week. It promises to be an absolute thriller.
The final of the Express Reprographic Marathon took place at Curraheen Park in Cork last Saturday night, offering a prize of €13,000 plus trophy to the winner. Adding to the atmosphere of the night were a group of Harley-Davidson bikers, there for their annual fundraiser to raise awareness for the Temple Street Children's Fund.
Well, we're here tonight as part of our fundraising campaign to raise funds for Temple Street Children's Hospital. We're raffling a brand new 2004 Harley-Davidson worth in the region of €30,000. And we're here to drum up some support for the whole thing. It being Temple Street Hospital, it's about as good as it gets, cause-wise. And we guys get a lot out of life, but we like to put something back in. So that's why we're here. We're enjoying it also.
Here's Mal now with the lineup for the final.
The first one we see is HELLROAD Prince. This one is owned by Desmond O'Hanlon in Newry, trainer Anne Wade, a winner last weekend in 41.64, a real classy type and ideally housed, the son of Vintage Prince and TV Contact. In the blue jacket we have Mustang Claw. This one is trained by Stephen Burke. It's a son of Tullybuck and Mustang Magpie. It's one that really shows back straight pace. Next up, it's Learner Driver, the first of 2 bitches in the lineup. It's owned and trained in Mullingar by John Keena, a daughter of trade official and Atby Lass, a useful sort of campaigner. Then it's on to Back to Daisy, Catherine O'Rahilly in Castlehannon, the owner and trainer, a daughter of Kilmesson Jet and Hint of Doubt. Paul Hennessy trains Taming the Tiger. This one is likely to contend for favouritism before the off here in Cork, looking for a 3rd win from as many outings. Clocked an impressive 41.62 last weekend. This one is a son of Split the Bill and Magdalen Bell. And finally, the stripes, we have Air Force Honcho for Keith Doherty in Dublin. The trainer once again here is Paul Hennessy. And this one is a son of Honcho Classic and Arnock Garrald. The 2 Paul Hennessy runners very well fancied. 5 Taming the Tiger and 6 Air Force Honcho. He arrives at traps and the 2 outside dogs break well. Air Force Honcho and Taming the Tiger. Well in contention to HELLROAD Prince, the red jacket. But it's Taming the Tiger that has the lead as they swing the 2nd bend and up towards the finishing line with a full circuit to go. He has a big lead. Taming the Tiger from Air Force Honcho. 3rd is HELLROAD Prince. But clear, it's Taming the Tiger looking very impressive and beginning to draw away now from the field, going down the back straight for a 2nd time. HELLROAD Prince beginning to launch a challenge. Can Taming the Tiger hold on? He's staying on pretty well between the closing 2 bends. It's Taming the Tiger. He hits the finishing stretch, and what an impressive win here for Taming the Tiger. Air Force Honcho is 2nd, HELLROAD Prince is 3rd. Well, it's a hat-trick of victories here in the Express Reprographic Marathon for Taming the Tiger. A very polished performance, winning at a time of 41.54. 2nd, Air Force Honcho, and 3rd, HELLROAD Prince. Trainer Paul Ennis, it's always nice to come here to Cork and pull off a win. This, of course, your first Munster Marathon.
It is, yeah. We've been placed in it twice before. I think it was Hello Bud last year and Blue Boomer the year before, or vice versa, whichever. But it was nice tonight, and Taming the Tiger did the business in style, there's no doubt.
What about the distance, 750 yards? It's a long trip for Taming the Tiger.
It is. It's probably a bit too far. The old 700 probably would have suited him, but it is a lovely run. I'm fully behind the improvements they've made here on Cork track of moving back that box that wee bit from the first bend. It was too much of a lottery, the 700 yards, the traps were too near the bend. And, you know, it's as far as he wants to go. He's a high-class dog. He's 28, I think 40 done around here on 5.25. But, like, you know, it's a big one, and you need speed. It just goes to show a little bit of early always helps no matter what distance you're running over.
Totan marketing manager Sandra Barry was coping well with the extra workload.
Very busy month here in Curraheen Park, and we've actually had to put an extra night's racing on, and we're racing on Friday nights to cope with the increased demand for the restaurant bookings. The whole month ahead is going to be extremely busy. It's been absolutely outstanding the last 4 nights. Tonight again, now Saturday night, is absolutely filled to capacity, both inside and outside, with everyone here having a really good night. So we're looking forward now to January just for things to get back to normal as they can be in an industry that's just so popular these days.
here at Harold's Cross this evening for the final of the Vodafone Grand Prix. This year, the third running. It's quickly established itself as one of the best competitions on the calendar. 6 wonderful greyhounds, world class, the Champion Stakes and Waterford Masters winner is the favourite. He races from trap 3. If he comes away, they'll all have to catch him. In Trap 1, Group Cheers, owned and trained by Mary Kenny in Tipperary, a son of Vintage Prince and Sianard Sunset. He won 6 of his 17 starts thus far. Well drawn to the rails, but he's one of the outsiders. Into ALAMSHAR, trained by Ian Riley, who can do no wrong at the moment. This one owned by the top owner Syndicate in Meath, a son of Honcho Classic in Alpine Fancy. Goes up well, he's no forlorn hope. In 3, the worthy favourite, world class. Pat Buckley trains this one for Philip Heffernan, a son of Come On Ranger and Queen Survivor. He's already won the Champion Stakes and the Waterford Masters. Can he add this title to his already impressive tally? 4, Awesome Impact. Reggie Roberts trains this son of Jamela Prince and Abel Ivy. It's owned by Geraldine Fitzpatrick. None will be finishing faster. He loves this track. He's already won the Tote Gold Collar here. In 5, Valencia Sightrade, trained by Francis O'Donnell for Morris Jackson, Tom Smith and Waterford, a son of Larkill Joe, and Ullid Sightrade, a half-brother to Late Show. This fellow, the Southern Champion Stakes winner and the Waterford Crystal Open 550 winner. He has brilliant gears from the second bend. And 6, Cabbage White, last year's Tote Gold Collar winner, trained by Francie Murray for Pat Connolly in Monaghan, son of Smooth Rumble and Midas Blossom. He's the outsider of the lineup, but he's very well drawn in 6. Runners now in traps for the final of the Vodafone Grand Prix. They're up behind boxes and away they go. World class off well, but Valencia Sightrade leads in the early stages. Now number 3, World Class showing in front. On the inside, number 1, Group Cheers. Valencia Sightrade very close on the outside in second. Around the corner is number 3, World Class, but Valencia Sightrade surely too close. He moves to the front. It's Valencia Sightrade with number 3, World Class. Back in third, number 1, Group Cheers. Into the third bend. Valencia Sightrade and World Class coming back on him, but Valencia Sightrade goes round the third bend. He goes 3 lengths clear of number 3, World Class. In third, number 2, ALAMSHAR. Now around the final turn. It's number 5, Valencia Sightrade. World Class coming back on him, coming to the line, and World Class gets there. An unbelievable finish. Number 5, Valencia Sightrade second. Back in third was number 2, I think, ALAMSHAR. The winning time, 31:45. And the result of the Vodafone Grand Prix, the favourite World Class performing heroics to get back up to beat number 5, Valencia Sightrade. In third, number 2, ALAMSHAR. The winning time, 31:45. Well, Pat, a wonderful performance there by World Class. He has a winning habit in finals.
Yes. He ran well now. He didn't pop out in his usuals. He didn't kindle that well tonight. I wasn't that happy with him when I brought him out. Missed the break. Valencia took him wide, went off wide at the second bend, and I knew coming off the last he did well. Valencia, I thought when he was in front, it was all over. But I knew that he's got great cuts, and when he puts the head down, it's hard to beat him.
He's been a brilliant servant for you. Champion Stakes, Waterford Masters, and now the Vodafone. Yeah, but he's still very young. A big year ahead of you next year.
Yeah, he's only 25 months. He's won 5 stakes now. He's won everything he's been asked to win this year, so hopefully we can keep it going. He'll definitely get a race now.
Next year the big target is probably Champion Stakes again and the big one. But are you? Is there a chance of perhaps going to England with the English Derby? Perhaps
he'll go for the Scottish Derby and English Derby, and then he'll come back for the Shelbourne as his track. He loves Shelbourne. So
well, Pat, great night. Enjoy the victory. Well
Thanks,
done.
Ian. Thanks very much. Thank you.
For quick and concise information on greyhound form, race cards and a multitude of data, visit the new Irish Greyhound website at www.igb.ie. Next week we'll bring you the semi-finals of the National Puppy Stake from Shelbourne Park, the Ted Hegarty Marathon from Harold's Cross and the Champion Bitch Stake from Pallas, along with the final of the NAMID 575 from Newbridge.